Today on the Woman Up podcast, we're honored to welcome an extraordinary woman whose life story is as inspiring as it is impactful. Wanda Kagan is a dedicated healthcare professional, a passionate philanthropist, and a champion for community and youth empowerment. With 3 decades of experience in the healthcare sector, her commitment to education and healthcare is only matched by her devotion to uplifting others. Wanda's journey is a testament to resilience and grace. While attending Westmount High School in Montreal, she formed a life-changing friendship with Kamala Harris, the current Vice President of the United States. Wanda credits Kamala and her family with giving her refuge and strength during one of the most difficult periods of her life, an experience that shaped both of their paths toward justice and advocacy. Wanda has been recognized time and again for her leadership and contributions to the community, including honors from the mayor of Westmount and the Montreal Community Cares Organization. Her story is one of courage, kindness, and the power of friendship to spark change. Join us as we dive into Wanda's inspiring journey, her enduring friendship with Kamala Harris, and how she continues to make a difference in the lives of so many. Please welcome the incredible Wanda Kagan.
Hey, Wanda, welcome to the Woman Up podcast.
Thank you for having me.
For
Thank
people
you.
who do not know you, can you please introduce yourself?
So, my name is Wanda Kagan, and I am a sexual assault survivor, and I advocate for people to use their voice, be proud of what if they've gone through trauma, to speak up and empower other people to use their voices.
That's very inspiring because it really is the mission of the Woman Up podcast. Inspire women to find their voice and use it wisely and assertively. So, what is your story, and can you share a bit of your story and how it shaped who you are today?
So, a bit of my story is I was being sexually assaulted and physically abused at home by my stepfather when I was a teenager in high school. And my best friend at the time, and still good friend, was Vice President Kamala Harris. And I had told her that I was what I was going through, and then she said, "Well, you'll have to come stay with us." And I lived with them, and it was through living with them and the experience of her advocating for me, advocating for my rights to do what I want with my body back then, over 40 years ago,
Right.
that came full circle this year to the elections, to women's rights being stripped. And she went into becoming a prosecutor and fighting for women and children's rights, I found out. And I started to use my voice, because she used hers when I had no voice, to let people know the type of person that she truly, truly is and fighting for the people.
That's remarkable that after 40 years, it's coming like full circle,
Full
like
circle.
like you just said. Um, what does it mean to you today to see this journey accomplished, that came all the all the story and the baggage? What does it mean to you today?
It means a lot to me, and it really shows me what I try to tell people is be kind. You know, you just never know, because
Right.
we were a transfer from we were both transferred from high school to a new school, and that's where we became really close friends, and where I was comfortable enough to tell her that I was being abused. And it's just that moment of kindness, that empathetic person that she is. And so for me to kind of share this journey with her and be a part of it, it's sometimes it's mind-boggling, and it also is it makes my heart so filled with joy to see that here is my friend who fought for my rights 40 years ago, and I'm so proud and happy that I'm alive to see her fighting for the rights of women and America.
And so, can you tell us what drives your passion for the causes and the work you are involved in?
I would say children and education, because the two kind of come together. I was a child when I was being abused. Kamala and her family instilled, the importance of education and I got to see how the importance of education can, knowledge is power, and how it can pave the path to a brighter future. And so then I became very, over the years, very philanthropic about raising money for kids to get scholarships who couldn't afford, because those were challenges that I faced while I was on my own, trying to pay for college, trying to pay for university. So that's always been my passion.
Can you discuss a significant obstacle that you faced, and how you overcame?
I would say the obstacles that I faced, well, as a child, not a child, a young adult, like I said, was finding that balance of wanting to further your education and maybe not having the means to further your education. And so spreading the word and empowering young girls and children. Like, I'm part of an organization now, Gemstar Circle of Excellence, that gives scholarships to kids to further their education, because that is the path to success, through some education. And the other thing that I would say that fueled me is, just wanting to empower women, young girls, to use their voice and to be proud to use their voice.
I wanted to ask you, how were you able to find your self worth after the abuse, and growing up? You may have been like faced with like battling with your own self, but how were you able to harness your self worth and rebuild yourself?
Well, I was just saying that to the group of women that I spoke to, is I never in my life actually looked at if you needed counseling or therapy as a bad thing, which most people do in life. I said, I think, call it fantasy. I was caught up in a lot of soap operas and reality, what they called our generation of reality shows. And the rich and famous always had their psychologist on retainer, right, or on speed dial. And I was like, oh, okay, so I have one on speed dial too. So I just tended to look at it as a good thing, as if I needed. And I recognized at a very young age that I needed that path to compartmentalize what I went through. And so I seek professional help at a very young age. A lot of people tend to go through their whole life not knowing that that's what they maybe needed to help them see clarity.
I like that. How has building connections and networks impacted your career and advocacy efforts?
Oh my God, that's been huge, especially since all of this happened with sharing my story and sharing my journey. Because I actually was not a social media person until all this happened.
Yeah.
And so I've realized just how empowering it is, and I'm realizing that that the communities built through social media, through networking, are what helps you. Even it drives you, it drives your career, it drives your mission, your vision, it empowers you even more to keep going.
This is interesting because we talk about influence, and how do you describe your influence? Do you consider yourself as influential?
Um, I never used to, but I have to admit, since I have been using my voice and speaking up to empower other people, that it is influential, and I that's what makes me happy and proud to be able to. It makes every minute of whatever trauma I may have relived when I did decide to share my story worth every minute of it, because I see the change it's made in some people's lives.
And talking about mentors, do you have mentors, and what kind of guidance did you get, and what was the one teaching that really helped you?
Well, mentors, I would say I have a strong circle of two main huge mentors in my life, which are my cousin, who's a lieutenant colonel in the military, and she was always in a predominantly male figure career, and so the strength and stamina that she taught me, and that I idolized, and that I followed as a mentor, someone to look up to. And then, of course, my friend, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, because what I what I've always seen in her and the passion that I've seen as she's built her career, and then seeing what she did for the American people in 100 days is like, that's my, they're my mentors.
Are you a team leader who feels overlooked despite your capabilities and efforts? Do you experience anxiety before important networking opportunities, struggling to forge meaningful professional relationships? Does the fear of appearing inauthentic or pushy in networking settings hold you back? Introducing the Networking Powerhouse Acceleration Program, a transformative 12-week journey designed exclusively for team leaders like you who want to gain recognition, confidence, and notoriety through masterful networking. We understand the pain of attending countless networking events and still feeling invisible. Our program offers personalized strategies that make you stand out and be remembered, including sessions that will provide you with the tools to approach any networking scenario with confidence, turning anxiety into anticipation. We teach you how to effectively follow up and nurture professional relationships, transforming contacts into valuable allies. Eradicate your fears, fear of being ignored. We equip you with the skills to leave memorable impressions that keep you on the radar long after the first meeting. Fear of not fitting in? Learn to navigate diverse professional environments effortlessly, ensuring you always belong. Fear of inauthenticity? Master the art of authentic engagement, allowing your true self to shine through every interaction. Ultimately, become a networking powerhouse. This program isn't just about networking, it's about revolutionizing the way you connect with the world. By the end of 12 weeks, you won't just attend events, you'll command them. You'll not only meet peers, you'll profoundly connect with industry leaders. Transform your network to open doors to opportunities you've only imagined. Join us and turn your networking efforts into a strategic asset that propels you and your career forward. Spots are limited. Secure your place in the Networking Powerhouse Acceleration Program today and start your journey to notoriety and success. Contact us now to reserve your spot and take the first step towards becoming an undeniable force in your industry. Woman up.
What did Vice President Kamala Harris told you that that's going to be part of your legacy?
I would say she kind of her mother's words. Wanda, you can do anything you set your mind to, and I've always kept that in the back of my mind.
Loving that. Breaking barriers. What societal barriers have you faced as women in your field, and what advice would you give others navigating similar challenges?
I've always faced challenges. You know, being biracial, I've always faced challenges, and I faced challenges as far as being a woman. Definitely faced challenges as far as being a Black woman in my field. I'm in the healthcare industry. Um, I would just say that we still have a long way to go also for breaking those barriers and more diversity and inclusion within our society.
It's so sad that we still have this ongoing issue or challenge, I guess. I was not very aware of that, but hearing from you and from other people as well makes me
Yeah.
aware that there's still this uh
I would
this
say that,
issue.
yeah, it's still a very big issue. That is actually what's made me stronger. My strength has been navigating myself through the systems of racial differences. Yeah.
What about self-care, Belle? How do you manage to balance your professional life with personal well-being?
Uh, well, mental health and wellness comes first, number one, because if you're not well, you can't take care of anything else in your
For
life.
sure.
I've always looked at different avenues of, like, even coming to this conference this weekend was, you know, for mental health and wellness, to kind of get my head out of the elections and back into the swing of different things. Yoga, meditation, yeah, those are exercise. Exercise is like number one for your health and wellness.
What is that? Did that come more important as when the pandemic hit, or was this something that you always like nurtured?
No, it
And
was something I always nurtured. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I wasn't. It got amplified when it was the pandemic. I was actually happy if it got more exposed for other people,
right.
so that other people could seek that help and make sure that their mental health and wellness comes first. but I was always one that was like that.
First of all, I'm very appreciative of your time and grateful that you're being able to do this. But I'm going to wrap up, obviously, with this question. Um, what legacy do you hope to leave behind, and what message would you like to give to women looking to create their own?
What legacy I would say for my legacy, what I would like to leave behind is that use your voice, speak up, never be silenced, be loud and be proud.
I'm loving that. Thank you so much for your time. You were listening with the Woman Up podcast. This was Wanda Kagan. Thank you so much again for
Thank
your
you for
time, and
having
I'm
me.
really hoping that we can do this again.
Dance to the rhythm, feel the fire within it. Embracing femininity, breaking through. We win, no more hiding in the shadows. Let your light shine, stand tall, be proud. It's your time to rise. Feel the rhythm in your bones, let it set you free. Afrobeat vibe, celebrating diversity. Strong and fierce, we're breaking down the walls unapologetically, embracing our femininity, standing tall. Freedom in our hearts, liberation in our souls. Raise your voice, let the whole world know. We're breaking chains, take control. In this Afrobeat anthem, watch us go. Watch us glow. Ooh.